Hello there and welcome. It is the newspaper review right here on TAF TV, Port Harcourt, River State for today, the 29th day of March 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and of course, as you know, it is and has always been my pleasure to bring you the newspaper headlines. But as usual, it's customary, before I'm going to be doing that for today, we'll go on a quick short break, and when we come back, the newspaper headlines are for you to stay with us.
Have you gotten your PVC? As the 2023 Nigerian general elections draw nearer, do not be an onlooker. You can better still join a party and get your PVC ready. Our leaders have started showing interest to run, so what are you waiting for? Do not say your votes do not count. Yes, it does, because if it doesn't, the politicians will be running after you to buy your votes. Let your voice be heard through participation.
This message is proudly brought to you by TAF Media Limited.
A very big thank you to you for sticking there. All right, taking you straight now to our first paper for today. The first paper we shall be looking at for today is the Nigerian Tribune. And amongst the headlines in the Nigerian Tribune, we have terrorists blow up Abuja Kaduna rail track, surround train and fire shots. Terrorists blow up Abuja Kaduna rail track, surround train and fire shots. Military to the rescue. Military to the rescue. That's on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, next in the Nigerian Tribune, we have FG, PDP tear into each other again. FG and PDP tear into each other again. That's on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. And next in the Nigerian Tribune, we have bandits kill 15 villagers in fresh Kaduna attack. Bandits kill 15 villagers in fresh Kaduna attack. That's on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune. And next in the Nigerian Tribune, in the top part of the paper, we have NBA faults NASS creation of 6 new law school campuses. NBA faults NASS creation of 6 new law school campuses. Says NASS turning legal education to constituency project. Says NASS turning legal education to constituency projects. That's on page 21 of the Nigerian Tribune. And next in the Nigerian Tribune, we have 2023 Saraki, Tambuwal, and Bala form unity team. Saraki, Tambuwal, and Bala form unity team. Consult Autumn Ishako. That's on page 24 of the Nigerian Tribune. And lastly, in the Nigerian Tribune for today, we have election fraud, coup d'etat, political violence, ban of Africa's growth. That's according to Obasanjo on page 12 of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, that's the much we can take in the Nigerian Tribune for today. You want more details on those headlines, do get a copy of the Nigerian Tribune for yourself. Taking you straight now to the Vanguard for today. We have amongst the headlines in the Vanguard, this one here says, Convention, FG attacks PDP, alleges destabilization bid. Convention, FG attacks PDP, alleges destabilization bid. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard. And next in the Vanguard, we have hoodlums attack Imo police station with petrol bombs. Hoodlums attack Imo police station with petrol bombs. That's on page 11 of the Vanguard. All right. And next in the Vanguard, we have bandits attack Kaduna village. Bandits attack Kaduna village. Kill 15 as cultists kill 8 persons in Ogun. That's on page 6 of the Vanguard. And next in the Vanguard, we have APC convention. APC convention, all concerns have been addressed. APC convention, all concerns have been addressed. According to Yahaya Bello, that's on page 7 of the Vanguard. And next in the Vanguard, we have telcos threaten telecom blackout in 9 states. Telcos threaten telecom blackout in 9 states. That's on page 31 of the Vanguard. Next in the top left corner of the Vanguard, we have 2023 competent person, not zone should be priority. competent person, not zone, should be priority. That's according to Governor Tambuwal. Says competent person, not zone, should be priority, according to Governor Tambuwal on page 13 of the Vanguard. Next, we have here ASU strike. ASU strike, NANS, begins daily protest in Abuja. ASU strike, NANS, begins daily protest in Abuja. That's on page 8 of the Vanguard. And next, we have here fighting inflation, my focus, not rumored presidential bid, says Emefiele. Fighting inflation, my focus, not rumored presidential bid, says Emefiele on page 8 of the Vanguard. And next, in the Vanguard, we have court orders transfer of Abba Kyari, 6 others to prison custody. That's on page 7 of the Vanguard. Court orders transfer of Abba Kyari and 6 others to prison custody on page 7 of the Vanguard. And lastly, in the Vanguard for today, we have 2023, PDP will lose if zoning isn't respected. According to Anyim on page 7, it says 2023, PDP will lose if zoning isn't respected. According to Anyim on page 7 of the Vanguard. All right, taking you straight now to the Punch for today. We have amongst the headlines in the Punch, this one says, National Convention, Aregbe Shola, lies allies, aggrieved chieftains, supporters dump APC on page 2. That's on page 2 of the Punch. All right, next in the Punch, we have here, train derails as terrorist bomb Abuja Kaduna rail track. Train derails as terrorist bombs Abuja Kaduna rail track. That's on page 9 of the Punch. And next in the Punch, we have 8 killed as cultists engage in supremacy battle in Ogun. 8 killed as cultists engage in supremacy battle in Ogun. That's on page 4 of the Punch. All right, that's the much we can take in the Punch for today. Taking you straight now to our next and last paper for today. We have amongst the headlines in the Daily Sun. This one here says, FG, PDP fight over destabilization plot. FG and PDP fight over destabilization plot. That's on page 6 of the Daily Sun. And next in the Daily Sun, we have 2023. INEC explains delay in distribution of PVCs. Confirms fixing BVAS challenges. INEC explains delay in distribution of PVCs. Confirms fixing BVAS challenges on that's on page 28 of the Daily Sun. All right, I'm taking you straight now to our next headline. In the Daily Sun, we have here, terrorist bomb rail track. Terrorist bomb rail track attack Abuja Kaduna train with passengers aboard. Terrorist bomb rail track attack Abuja Kaduna train with passengers aboard. That's on page 26 of the Daily Sun. And next we have SSANU, NASU strike, ground public universities. SSANU, NASU strike, ground public universities. Campuses look like ghost town. That's on page 26 of the Daily Sun. All right. Lastly, in the Daily Sun for today, we have sit at home turns bloody in Imo and Enugu. Sit at home turns bloody in Imo and Enugu. That's on page 4 of the Daily Sun. Okay, that's the much we can take in today's segment of the newspaper review. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Right about now, it's time for us to move over to our discussion segment. Before we do that, as usual, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take you straight to the discussion segment for today. Do stay with us.
Have you gotten your PVC? As the 2023 Nigerian general elections draw nearer, do not be an onlooker. You can better still join a party and get your PVC ready. Our leaders have started showing interest to run, so what are you waiting for? Do not say your votes do not count. Yes, it does, because if it doesn't, the politicians will be running after you to buy your votes. Let your voice be heard through participation.
This message is proudly brought to you by THAV Media Limited.
Okay, welcome back from that quick break, and thank you so much for staying faithful to your screen. And right about now, we are going straight to our discussion segment. And joining me in the discussion segment for today are two of our most popular faces. By that person, I'm talking about Mr. Victor and Mr. Sunny, who are going to be throwing more light in various headlines across the papers for this morning. Mr. Victor, Mr. Sunny, you're welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Without a doubt, the most eye-catching and attention-seeking headlines in the papers for today is the bombing of the Abuja and Kaduna rail track. So I don't know what you make of that particular headline. What's your reaction to it?
Okay, it's a very sad one coming from the angle that just last weekend on Saturday we had a bad news that a staff of the airport was killed by bandits. Bandits around the the airport, around the tarmac.
Yeah.
So coming to hear the news last night that a train going from Abuja, the Idu station, to Regasa in Kaduna, that along the way, about 1 hour from its departure from Abuja, that the train was attacked. Attacked in the sense that a bomb was set on the track, and it exploded the engine, and the train derailed. We also have getting information that about 7 persons are confirmed dead. Many are injured. Many are being traumatized. And they made away with some persons, as in there was kidnapping involved. And it's so sad that this is happening at a time like this, that the Abuja-Kaduna expressway is also not a safe place. So right now we have the 3 most used means of transport: the air, land, and the train is under attack. Abuja to Kaduna, there is no waterways for one to travel. So it means that economic activities along that channel will be on standstill. It's really unfortunate.
All right, Mr. Sunny, I don't know, do you have any reaction to that headline?
I have a lot. You know, this, I'm not a party member of any party, but I must say that this government has really failed in terms of security. Because if it's a country that was working, by now this president would have been impeached.
Okay.
Yes, or he would have resigned. You know, I've never seen a president when anytime there's an attack, that he has never been to the scene, like you see in Europe and countries that are working. You see the president is supposed to go to the scene and immediately address the nation. This is a national attack.
Okay.
Because it's a national carrier. You understand?
Okay.
See that Abuja-Kaduna road. It's not safe. I once had my cousin kidnapped on that road when she was going to school.
Wow.
About 2 years ago. I knew how much the family was able to cough out for that girl to be released after a week. You understand? So if things like this don't happen to you, you don't know what people go through in this nation. You understand? Okay. How can a president, your citizens were attacked yesterday, by this time of the day, you've not addressed the nation. You've not even visited the place. Then all the papers today, they are acting as if nothing happened. They are still talking about PDP and nonsense. They are still talking about PDP. They are still talking about party. They are still talking about who is going to. It's annoying. It's really annoying. I think it's because me personally, I'm an advocate. I'm trying to sensitize everybody that is around me to get their PVC. Enough of these old people.
But Mr. Sunny, don't you think all this could be down to the president's health challenge recently?
Health?
Yeah.
Then he should resign. He's not fit to rule this country. Because a country where you cannot protect your citizens, how long did it take this government before they were able to label these people terrorists? It took them about 6 years. If you watch the write-ups of most of the newspapers today, they are still calling them bandits. These are not bandits; they are terrorists.
So what do you think could be the reason for for the long period it took them to
It's
label
corruption.
them.
Yes, whether you like it or not, it's corruption.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not, we have people in authority that is fueling or sponsoring all this. And before now, fingers have been pointed to some people in high authorities. Why didn't the DSS pick them up? Why didn't they do a follow-up on? Because even if it's an allegation, why can't they invite them in
Okay.
for questioning? You understand? So whether we like it or not, if you say, oh, it's not my concern, one day it will knock at your doorstep. It's either you will lose somebody that is close to you, or you lose a family member. You understand? One way or the other, it will come around. You understand? So for me, this is a national attack because it's a national carrier. If it was a country like America, you don't dare blow up their national carrier. Somebody will go in for it. You understand? So Lai Mohammed himself, the Minister of Information, he has not come down this morning to say if it was an attack on PDP, he will come out to address the nation. You understand? Okay. So today you look at it, we are still going about as if nothing is happening.
Okay, with all this happening, definitely there has to be a way forward. What do you think is the way forward, Mr. Sunny, Mr. Victor? What do you think could be the way forward at this point in time?
For me, I think the way forward is doing the proper thing.
Which
you
is?
Understand? We have data capturing system in this country. Why is it that the police is not using it? Why is it that they cannot unify our data system? Our data system is porous. Why can't they unify it? You understand? These people, when they kidnap, is it from the moon they call these people for ransom? They call them with a line. Until we start arresting people and bringing them to the public glare, corruption will not end. Kidnapping will not end. You understand? When somebody steals, just the way they do it before when I was growing up as a child, they bring you out on the streets and shame you. Until we start to shame people for corrupt practices, until we start to arrest people, because these people, they are not ghosts.
Okay.
They have a family. They have where they live. Until they start to identify them, to say, oh, this person is a member of my community.
Okay.
You understand? That is why I'm in support of the sheriffing policing system. Because in a true federalism, we are supposed to have a sheriff system of police, whereby you employ people from that locales to police their community. So they know all the people in that area that are fermenting trouble. So anytime they want to start an investigation, they start from them.
But Mr. Sonny, we've seen situations, such situations where they go by strict laws for offenders of the law and all that, and then we still see lawbreakers in such societies.
Yes, there will be lawbreakers as long as we live here on earth. People will continue to break the law, even in developed countries.
So does that prove to be a solution then? It doesn't then?
No, what I'm saying is that our system is not working.
Okay.
Yes, we have to bring in experts, even if we have to call in consultants to train us, our policing system. Our policing system is faulty. Okay. That is why you can see a situation like this, they keep saying we don't know them. Are they ghosts?
Okay.
They are human beings. If our policing system is right, all these people, they would have identified them long ago.
Okay. All right. Mr. Victor, what's your take on way forward as regards the situation?
Personally, I think our laws are not really doing us well with respect to crimes like this. I think it should be more stiffer with respect to bandits. Because if you notice, these guys, they are out there to maim people. They are out there to kill. Just during the attack, from the reports we got, that these bandits, they were just shooting sporadically to the train. They were just shooting. That means they just want to kill people. Okay? So since they've opted to be in this kind of, what I call occupation, they are terrorists, they are criminals. So what do you do to criminals? You don't pamper criminals. You go hard on them. Okay. So when you get these guys, you deal with them. Dealing with them, what I mean is that you kill them. Because they're out to kill.
Okay, so if if you kill them, like you said, if you kill them, don't you think these bandits are being sponsored by some set of people or politicians? And if you do kill them, then how do you expect to get information as regards
Oh, my
who
brother,
might be sponsoring?
my brother, by the time you've killed one, kill two, kill three, they'll now know that, see, the government is really after us. Okay? Knowing that they don't have to now go through the judiciary system that will now give them maybe 10 years, then they'll now come out and start, go back to to the crime or start enjoying the largesse of they've made already. So an eye for an eye for this particular, for these bandits. And also, I also need to encourage our police and the other forces that in a situation like this, Kaduna, for instance, these guys operate in the bush. We have helicopters. In fact, what the good news I got from Saturday after the attack to the airport worker that was shot there. In fact, they even saw the guy under a tree. He was just resting under a tree. A man with his family was just resting under a tree from the scorching sun. And these guys came and shot him dead. So in that, okay, when they shot him, they got the alarm that an attack is happening here. By God's grace, they got there within 5 minutes from the security post to the point where it happened. They got there within 5 minutes. They called on. You know, Kaduna is a city with many military arsenals and armory. So they called the Air Force. The Air Force went on air and attacked those guys. Okay, about 12 of them were declared dead. So what are we even saying? These guys, they move in cliques. And okay, how can you be on, how can 12, 13 persons be moving inside the bush in a thick forest? And you say that they are just having a, will I say crusade on what? Or they went for games on what? Are you getting me? This region has been marked red. It's on red alert. So when you see cluster of people inside, you go and find out. So I think the armed forces should go hard. They should come around these areas and bring these guys and flush them out from the system. They are not deserving to be called humans.
Just like the Sambisa forest, for instance. That forest, why is it still there in the first place? Sambisa forest. Can't they bulldoze the whole of that forest and make it a sandfield?
It could be as a result of appreciation of wildlife, because
wildlife?
Yeah, because we know there are some wild animals that actually stay in such forests.
Is important than the life of people. Every time they kidnap people into Sambisa forest. What are they keeping the forest for? For you to have your peace, can't you devise a means to give yourself peace?
And sorry, the shocking thing about this whole thing is that this crime is coming home in the sense that it's coming to the politicians.
Yes.
Because even there's a report that says that the former deputy governor of Zamfara State was inside the train. Okay. So if they don't do something right now, the politicians, there is a tension using the air. There's tension already. The road is done and dusted for that Kaduna Abuja route. Now the train. So I wonder how they want to travel. So they should do something about this now.
Obviously, Mr. Victor and Mr. Sani, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. Lastly, before we call it a day, ASU strike, concerning the ASU strike, NANS begins daily protest in Abuja. So I don't know what you make of that headline.
As far as I'm concerned, this strike will continue till God knows when. Because the government is not ready to call off the strike. So whenever they are ready, they can call it off.
It's a shame that this same government, they are trying to undermine the PDP government, saying that they have done better. How can you say you've done better at a time like this? Students are still in with what is happening everywhere in the world. Education is being funded. Universities are making waves outside the shores of this land, and Nigerian universities are going down. The standards are going down. You know, back then when our parents were in school, you have people from different countries come to study in Nigeria. You go to University of Calabar, you see Cameroonians because it's close to Cameroon. Many of them will go in there. Go to Ibadan, you see Ghanaians, you see Senegalese, Togolese. But now it's a different case. That's why we had a lot of Nigerians in Ukraine. Okay. There was even an argument that Nigerians are in Ukraine. What about the Indians in Ukraine? The Indians that went to school in Ukraine. And there was this report that said that in India, most of the students that go outside their shores to study, they do that because of there is a limited slot for medicine. And you know, Indians love medicine. They love to study medicine and IT. It's really trending there. So these students, they go, their parents take them to Ukraine, one, because there are slots for them to go in and study, and the cost. But can I tell you, these students, when they graduate, they still go back to India to practice. But in Nigeria, they go to other countries because the same health issue, the same educational issues we are having here, we are having it in the same in the health sector. Okay. So they go out of the shores of this country to work. But Indians go back. Now, let me also tell you, most of the Indians that still go back to practice, many of them fail the entrance exams. Entrance to practice medicine. Yes. Can you see that? Yes. So that's to tell you that you cannot compare the standard in India and ordinary Nigeria. Nigeria has turned ordinary in terms of education, and it's really a sad one. So they should go and fix this. They should fix this. The students have started, in Abuja, National Association of Nigerian Students, they've gone to the highways. In Taraba, the same thing, they block the highways. These students, they're not even being heard. We are talking about politics.
Another thing, and the government is undermining the strength of the students' union. Okay. You understand? That's why I'm saying that, look, for instance, yesterday was a bombing. I keep asking, where is the NLC? Where is the trade bodies that were agitating Occupy Nigeria till we come? Where are all of them now? You understand? Okay. Look at our students every day. In the world now, Nigeria is ranked one of the highest, the country with the highest number of foreign students in foreign countries. And if you want to talk of medicine, Nigerian students have proven to be one of the best in the world.
In medicine? Yes,
because of how rigid our system is. Anywhere we go, any course we go to do abroad, we excel. Look at South Africa, for instance. Nigerians have the highest number of doctors there. They studied here.
Okay.
They studied here. I have friends, even while they were in their final years, they've already made their contact of leaving this country because they already got employment while they were students.
Okay, Mr. Sonny, if we are actually admitting that things now aren't the way things used to be then it means that something went wrong somewhere.
I've told you it's corruption. It's corruption, whether we like it or not.
So what do we do? What do we do? What
we need to do, we should also note that Nigerians going outside the shores of this country to study, we are losing money. Mind you, the money that we are supposed to use in here to develop the country, maybe let's say parent wants to develop a house or a shopping mall or invest in a particular business. They say, okay, I beg, let me use this money and train my child outside the shores of this country. Now, Nigeria has spent $39 billion in 10 years. I mean, our parents have spent $39 billion exporting our money out.
That's a lot of money.
Why? If you compare it to even our national reserve, our national reserve is the same value of $39 billion. My brother, can you see that the level of economic wastage we are suffering in this country? And the same Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, came out yesterday to say that the cost of inflation that is happening in Nigeria is happening everywhere in the world. He opened his mouth to make such statements. Okay. Yes, we know that inflations are happening, but the rate in this country, inflation, poverty, insecurity.
So if Mr. Sonny is saying that corruption is the problem, and yet year in, year out, different presidents that have come in have promised to tackle corruption, tackle corruption. Don't you? I don't know.
Corruption is in different phases. Corruption is not like when you give me money or you give me. That's not corruption. Corruption is in levels.
Yes, okay.
You employ somebody that is incompetent for a job that is not qualified for is corruption. You employed somebody
for
that have, for instance, the Minister of Education, the Minister of Petroleum. Has he been? Did he read petroleum? Does he know anything about petroleum? What experience does he have in petroleum that he will be Minister of Petroleum?
Okay.
You employed somebody, like Mohammed, a Minister of Information. What course did he do in information? So these are the corruption. You brought in incompetent person just because he's your friend, just because he supported you during the election. You gave him Minister of this, Minister of that. That's why nothing is working. Okay, look for instance at River State where we are now. You employ somebody to be taking refuge. See how dirty our streets is in River State right now.
Okay.
Eh? Somebody that's coming to pick your waste, you are owing him. No good PP for the job. You understand? Then you gave the contract to somebody that is a party chairman, somebody that is your friend. Is he qualified to do sanitation job? That's what we are saying. Those are the corruptions.
Mr. Sonny and Mr. Victor, thank you so much for your time on the show today. Unfortunately, we have to call it a wrap on the show today. And for you who has been watching us, thank you so much for staying there. Thank you so much for being faithful. Without you, we would not be here. This is Staff TV once again. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and don't forget to follow us on our social media handles. On YouTube, it's at TAF TV, Instagram, TAF TV_NG, on Facebook, TAF TV, and on Twitter is at TAF TV. And don't forget also to turn on the notification bells on your YouTube so you would be notified on when we come online and when we upload our new videos. Until we come your way again next time, it's a wrap for now. My name remains Cyril Aloysius. Do have a wonderful day.